Welcome, everyone, to EarthWombyn Gathering Podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Walls. This is a space for deeper conversations, a space where spirituality, higher awareness, multidimensional understanding, healing, consciousness, and human evolution can be explored openly, honestly, and without fear. This podcast is here for those who simply know that there is more to this reality than what we've been told. Through these conversations, we explore such topics as consciousness expansion, energetic healing, the original language called light language, spiritual awakening, multidimensional experiences, sound healing, earth wisdom, cosmic awareness, and the deeper mysteries of existence. So, wherever you're joining me from today, just take a breath, settle in, and allow yourself to be fully present for what resonates with you in this moment. And now I want to introduce our special guest for today. She's a dear sister. I've known her a very long time. It's Elizaveta McCasland, and she is a sound and energy healing practitioner, a light language activator, a visionary artist, author, intuitive singing mentor, and earth grid worker. Her sole purpose is to inspire you to gain vocal freedom and to connect with your soul essence. She's on a mission to help you find your true song. She works closely with angels, archangels, galactic light beings, tree beings, and nature spirits. During healing and transformative sessions, she uses many tools: sound healing instruments, light language transmissions, guided meditation, neuro-linguistic programming, and the Erickson hypnosis. Her mission is to co-create our new earth built on unity, empowerment, consciousness, and kindness. And now I'm going to bring her on. So thank you for your patience. So if you can, take your camera off or put your camera on.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Hello,
everyone, for your
Patricia.
patience. So welcome. Welcome, dear sister. We're excited for what you're going to share with us today. And now, do you want to have well, we are going to have a conversation, but do you want to do that before or after you do work with your sound and give your presentation?
Probably if you want me to present myself first, and then we talk, and then I do like a block of sound,
Yeah.
meditation, and then
Okay.
we have more time, we talk more.
We have as much time as we need. So in that case, I'm going to take myself off camera so that they will just see you. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I can see you, Patricia.
They
So,
can't they
hello.
can't see me though. So go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Beck. I see you. I am so honored to be on this podcast, and I know you've been doing it for a while, for many years, and we met probably 3 years ago uh, to do an interview and a sound session with me. And a lot of things happened since then. And of course, if you want to ask me questions, you can come on, come on in. Um, and so I started with light language and I've met Patricia in 2019. So, gosh, 7 years. 7 years ago, I found out about this beautiful world of light language. And a short story it goes like that. It did not completely take me in. The light language was something that I thought only exclusive people can do. And for 3 years, I thought that until in 2022, I all of a sudden had the urge to buy my first singing bowl and start singing and start writing symbols and do all of that, all that light language offers you. We had so many experiences with Patricia, starting with light language immersion, her retreat, and her light language galleries. And then last year, or was it the year before? No, that was last year. We wrote a book together with 10 co-authors, which was a great experience for me. And all while doing that, I was expanding with my sound healing. I went to do a holographic sound healing certification with Paul Hubbard. Then I did a year of sound healing training with Sharon Whitman. She is also a dear friend. She now lives in Sedona. And I was just in time to receive her wisdom in Dallas before she moved to Sedona. So many things happened since we talked with you, Patricia, 3 years ago. And I was just starting at the time in opening up my voice, my creativity. I was just exploring. And throughout these years, I spent 2 years in an online academy for parapsychology. So the word parapsychology is a little bit of like it's translated from Russian, because this is my Russian mentor, Polina Sukhova. And parapsychology, what we understand in our Russian community, was that is classical psychology and metaphysical concepts such as past lives, past life regression, and a lot of her teachings are based on Michael Newton's teachings and experiences. So I did several semesters of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, past life regression, metaphorical cards, which is another awesome tool. It's cards like tarot cards, but with images that you decipher. So I was collecting different tools into my goodie bag, all the while doing light language, but it was mostly in like small settings, and I did a few for your light language retreats with our sisters. That was an awesome experience. I did quite a few sessions with our holographic sound healing students. So a lot of understandings what light language is constantly expanding. It's a constant learning. It's a lifetime of learning. And what this year was how it was different from other years, and that's the topic of this conversation, is network of souls. Um, I spent 2 years practicing with my Russian-speaking community. We were doing sessions for each other. That was precious. That was so much experience. So we were working on our own programs, beliefs, programs in our ancestry, past lives. I mean, we did it all. We did it all. And I was sometimes a client, sometimes I was a practitioner helping others. And I kind of built this community around me to where I thought, okay, I'm doing all of this psychology work, metaphysical work, but I don't really share what I do with my instruments and my voice. In this year, I started doing live streams for my Russian-speaking community, and it was interesting that people were interested in light language. They started asking questions. What is it? I would like to know more about it. I would like to know more about all these instruments. And that was so inspiring. We started with a 3 week. Um, it was a how to say it? It was a 3 week course, a free course with different practitioners where I was presenting my thing, and there were astrologers, there were psychologists, there were tarot specialists, and all kinds of specialists. So that kind of started me on something new this year, and I understood that this is part of my mission to connect these two worlds. A lot of Americans, English-speaking communities, metaphysical communities, pretty much know about light language, and this is a topic that is absolutely normal, and it seems like in Dallas, and well, not just in Dallas, in other places in the United States, in the UK, people know it. People are not surprised to hear what is light language. And in Russia, there is no information. And this is one of my dreams, Patricia, to translate your books, our books. So there's more, um, I would say, scientific knowledge, the way that you present it, in Russian language, because a lot of Russian speaking people, they don't really read in English. So this year started like this for me, and it continued with my trip to Europe, to actually meet in person with my friends who live in France, in Germany. Um, there were people who traveled from Russia, and I also met with a Russian-speaking community in Chartres, France, northern France, because of my other friend, Olga Leguet, and deep gratitude for her help. So I traveled to France, and I did a session, an event, light language event there, but I brought half of my instruments. It was a challenge, but it worked. And what I was surprised to find that there was actually interest. I mean, yes, I did have a small group, probably 8 to 10 people, but I once had a vision how we spread the knowledge of light language is like wings. So here's one person, and then one person activates another 2 people, and these 2 people activate 2 more, and there's 4, and there's 8, and there's 16, and it spreads out, and it creates a network, what I call the network of souls. Um, and it was so encouraging to be live. That was my first time ever doing my light language event for someone on live in person. And there was a conversation. There was a personal, individual session with my bowls, with my vibrational massage therapeutic bowls, and I continued with online live streams because I was so inspired to do it in Russian language. And to be honest, right now I'm understanding that doing the meditation sessions live, impromptu in Russian language is so much easier for me. So today will be a challenge. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing. I did a few sessions, live streams for a group about opening up your voice, because my story started with singing. And the light language that comes is through voice. And many times in these past years, I've met, and I know the universe sent me these people, people who come and they say, well, I would like to sing, but I don't have a voice, or I have a very weak voice, or I'm really scared to sing or express myself through voice. And I understand that this is also part of my purpose to kind of break these illusions and programs, because we all have them. And my experience was that I was told that I don't have a voice, don't even ever sing ever. So I am on the path to create more of classes and sessions to help people actually open up their singing voice. And this is not just about singing. When you open up this chakra, you start connecting with your creativity, and creativity is everything. It's your expression, and what I just came up with this word soul essence. It's not a new word, but this is what resonates with me. I think through voice we can connect deeper with our true self, our soul, our higher self. Well, true self and higher self is the same thing. uh, with our essence and our blueprint, because we all know, and I don't know, some of you might know, that our voice is like our fingerprints. It's unique, and it's something that is the best tool to heal ourselves first, and we heal ourselves first. So Patricia, if you have questions, if you have questions, maybe you want to add something. This is just like a little bit about me. back. My voice is my most shaky creative space. I'd love to be unafraid. Okay, hold on. Where's the chat? Um, I'd love to be unafraid to sing and to be able to sing. Yes, and we will have a little session today about that. So I know every person that has uh, this type of fear was always programmed sometime in their lives to be mute, to not say what they want to say, to not be loud. And those programs could come from parents, from friends, from teachers, from anyone. So I worked on that. That was my story. I worked on that, and I think intuitive singing is the future. Is the future, and we definitely need to tap into it. Here was my interesting situation, interesting thing that happened the other day, and I think you, Patricia, might want to unmute yourself because this is a provocative question. So as I was doing light language for all these years, 2022, 5 years, and I was so determined that once I'm activated, once you're activated, you are only expanding, and light language does not go anywhere. You only use it more and more. And one of my sisters, my spiritual sisters, who is also a very talented sound healer, wrote to me. She said, I'm happy that you're doing light language. I moved away from light language. It served its purpose. And what she said was, it helped me open up my freedom with dancing, with singing, with expression. And now I don't need it anymore. And that puzzled me. That puzzled me. I said, awesome. And I told her that I always thought that once you activate it, it stays with you. It's just source frequency. You're open to it. Unless you are deep into maybe some negativity. But if you expanding, if you doing your work, you're on your path like she is, if you singing and channeling frequencies, I thought that it stays with you. So of course I came to Patricia with this question. Uh, does it does light language come and go?
Well, okay, so um, to give some background, when you asked me that question, there was a whole string of information that started coming in
Mhm.
that that I really felt needed to be shared on a bigger scale. And so, for everybody listening now or in YouTube, um, I felt like it needed to be addressed, on one of the podcasts, and this was the perfect one. So first, there's so many layers of this, right? First layer I want to point out is it's about perception.
Mhm.
So not a judgment, but an awareness, right? An observation. To me, her perception is personal. Her perception is that light language is personal, and it's not. I mean, my perception, let me say, I can't say what it is and isn't. My perception is that when we are channeling light language, when we are bringing in those frequencies, those codes, those downloads of information, those healings and alignments, they're not for us personally. They can be for us personally. We do benefit from it. But you use the example of Reiki. Okay. So when a person takes Reiki training, when a person becomes attuned to Reiki, they agree, whether consciously or unconsciously, they agree to be a channel for light codes and frequencies. And again, many people have heard me say that I think Reiki is just another form of the language of light. And so when they take that training and they get that attunement, they either consciously or unconsciously, and when I gave the classes, I let them know you are channeling this energy for everything, right? For any person, place, or thing, not just for yourself, but you get it as a byproduct, we're going to say, because the energy comes through you. So you receive that healing as well. But the focus is not on the person bringing in those energies. And it's the same for well, when you consider language of light is the same, right? So it is the same. To me, whenever you connect in and you remember, because like language belongs to all of us, we already have the ability to express it and channel it. So whenever you are consciously aware that you're doing this, you're not doing it for self, you're doing it for any person, place, or thing that is willing to receive those codes and frequencies. And so for someone to say it no longer serves my purpose, I'm confused about that. And again, it all goes back to perception. So this is what my higher awareness shared with me. And I had to write it down because it was, I knew that I was going to lose it, because when you channel, or when I channel, I never remember what they told me later. So I had to write it down. So excuse me if I have to read this. So for some people, light language is a doorway, not a destination, right? And in her case, it was a doorway. And when it first opens, it can be, it can be overwhelming, it can be magical, it can be extraordinary, bringing in sounds or movements or symbols or tones, or um, moving your body, and bringing light language into art. It can be so amazing and magical at first, as does anything that is new in your environment. And so what it does is it gives a person permission to experience consciousness in a way that they don't normally experience it. Just like with when I was explaining Reiki to people, I had said that I had stopped teaching Reiki because I could no longer teach the Yasui system, because I had a different perspective about what that was, and I didn't feel right about teaching it. To me, what I witnessed whenever someone received those Reiki attunements, even just the first level of Reiki attunement, I watched people just expand in their consciousness, in their spiritual connection. So we all know the first level is physical, right? Second level is emotional, and third level is spiritual. And so when you get to the third level and you accept the connection to your higher awareness, you just blossom. You blossom in all different kinds of ways. And so for someone who hasn't done Reiki, but they've come online with their so-called light language, which I'm now calling the original language, because that's a whole nother conversation about the term light language. But whenever they come online with that, they just begin to blossom and connect in with all that is, and they begin to look at different parts of their life. They get excited that they can bring in these frequencies that make shifts and changes, and then it becomes normal and natural to them, right? Eventually, they don't need that doorway. Eventually, the information, the frequency, the intuition, the embodiment or whatever they understood themselves to be accessing becomes integrated enough that it no longer needs to express itself as uh, verbal or vocal or even movement. So, in that sense, light language doesn't go away, and you're right about that. It doesn't go away. It is, it is us. It is who we are, and I guess you can suppress it. You can certainly suppress it, but then it's like I don't know what the analogy. I can see it in my mind, but I can't describe it. It's like whenever you have a balloon filled with water and there are all these holes being poked in it, that water is going to escape in one way or another, right? And for me, that's the language of light because again, it's codes and frequencies, downloads of information, alignments, healings. Um, and so you can cut it off because you can also cut off your connection to consciousness. You can
Mm-hmm.
also cut off your connection to higher awareness. You can suppress all of that and become small again. That's choice. But who in the world would want to do that, right? Some do, though. So whenever someone says, see, I had written this, what is it actually doing? So if someone's been speaking light language for 10 years, right, just an example, and it's no longer creating awareness, embodiment, clarity, connection, healing, transformation, they get the feeling that it's no longer doing that. And I'm a good example. I'm a really good example. And so when I first became aware of the language of light. And when I first started transmitting the language of light, um, anything that's new, right? Here we go. Anything that's new, you just you immerse yourself in it. And I did that. I started sharing it with people, and that became the light language galleries, the circles, and that became the retreats, and that became, clients and teaching, and that became the books, and that became all of this and all of me. Well, at some point it did. At some point it became me. And I no longer felt the need to transmit it. So I can kind of see where she's going with this on some levels. Um, I found that I wasn't vocalizing it as much as I was. I wasn't making videos as much as I was. But that wasn't because I had lost interest in it. It was because I had integrated all of that, and it wasn't necessary to to make it external anymore. So that's what I was saying. This is so multidimensional. Yes, you can suppress it. Yes, you can, we're going to say turn off your ability to channel. You don't really turn it off, you just suppress it, right? You can do that. I have a dear sister who did that because a few people that I know actually who did that because at the time at their that particular stage of their life it wasn't, we're going to use the word safe. It wasn't safe for them to express themselves in that way. And so they did, they suppressed it, but it's always there. It doesn't go anywhere. And
You know
so,
what always I remember that you say that light language can be emitted. It doesn't have to be. You can transmit light language through instruments if you're a sound healer. You don't have to sing or speak or write. It's just there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to consciously transmit it. It's like, again, going back to Reiki, once you agree to be that channel, you are that channel. And even in Reiki, there's a teaching that I don't know, I don't always use my words in the correct way for someone who's an author. But so in Reiki, in the teaching that we gave, sometimes your hands will just heat up for no reason. That's a good example. Your hands or your body will just become so hot, and you think that something's wrong with you. And the explanation that we were given in the Reiki training was that there is energy being transmitted through your hands. And normally, because there's someone in the direct area that is sick and needs that energy, and because you have agreed to be a channel for this energy, the energy says, okay, here we go. Where do you want to put it? What do you want to do with it? And so in our training, we told the students you have two options, right? You can either send it out into the universe to be used wherever it needs to be used, not directing it, um, or you can send it to someone that you know is sick and needs that healing. And again, law of free will, that person, place, or thing, either the universe or wherever the energy goes, or that person has the right to say, I don't want the healing. And then it just dissipates or goes somewhere else. So, yes, it is the same almost at some point. Well, not just at some point, but from the very beginning, we simply just emit the language, emit those light codes, those frequencies. And so, yeah, you're right about that. So, what else did I lost my space here. Yeah, so I think, I think that's all that I needed to say about that. Um, but I'm so glad that you brought it up, and it really opened me to a bigger conversation that I
Understanding
had
or
that,
understanding
yeah,
or understanding. Yes,
yeah,
I know. I learned throughout this, especially past 2 years, to pay attention to every single thing that comes my way, every single conversation, every single situation. There's always a reason. And I thought, how interesting. That must be a reason why all of a sudden this person, and she never writes to me first time. And we've met in person, but we never wrote to each other. I thought there must be something that we need to discuss. Yeah, and here also we come into the term your own truth. Everyone has their own truth. So your truth today, at this moment, may be this. Her truth may be that. My truth is something else. So
yeah,
who we are to question that?
yeah, it did. It opened up. And it's funny because even before you asked the question, I had already come into awareness of something, and I'm writing an article on it for the EarthWoman Codex, and the title of the article is, "What if you simply don't understand it yet?" And so
Exactly.
it's, yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, even before you posed that question, I had already written that article based on perception. So I use the word awareness a lot, but now the word has become, what's your perception,
Mhm.
our awareness, either one. So
I,
you were going to share something with us, right?
you talking about my sound session?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Um,
I need to again mute myself and take myself off camera.
okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, I'm getting the original sound. Okay. Tell me if you hear my bowl. You want to write in yes, okay, awesome. So a little something to say about this session. Usually I just get in, immerse, but just the other day I came up and the universe asked me to do this. What I came up with, moving sound bath or moving sound journey. And usually I ask everyone to just sit or lie down and relax. And this today is not the case. I want you to today do any movement you want. If you want to dance, dance. If you want to sit and move your arms, your hands, do it. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to paint, paint. This is your moment to connect with your soul essence. And before we start, I would like you to think of one thing where you feel like you're not expressing your truth. You're not expressing yourself. It might be something small, like every day we have these situations when we need to make a choice, a decision. For example, maybe your friend wants you to go somewhere with them and you are torn between, do I do that for them, but I don't really want to? And if I do, will I betray myself? So I would like everyone who is listening on replay or right now, Beck and Patricia, think of one thing you would like to work on today while I will be playing and singing. And during the session, I want you to express yourself, get it out in the way that feels true. And then after the session, it will translate into your real life. You will make an adjustment, an action. You will maybe talk to someone. You say the true words to someone. Whatever it is, you will do it later in reality. So today we are creating a foundation to find and connect with your own true soul essence. And of course I am bringing the light beings, angels, archangels, galactic beings, and you may do it as well, or you might just talk to your soul, your higher self, whatever feels right. And we take in deep breaths, your true breaths, the one that feel right in this moment. And releasing all the tension, releasing everything that we don't need right now, and putting a beautiful protective sphere. It can be a sphere or something else. It's just the protection of this safe space, safe container. And that sphere allows all the positive light energy to come through, and everything that we don't need stays on the outside. And each and every one also put a sphere of protection around you. And right now I would like you to go on a journey, and maybe it's gonna be a road, maybe a portal, maybe it's a space that you had in your dreams. We are going into your own magical, beautiful place. And just follow me there. Beautiful self into this space and connect with her or with him. And feel deep in your body, in your aura, that unique being that you are, and express yourself in the way you would love to right now, what feels right. And even if you're in public and there are people around, you can sing, you can dance. If it resonates with you, if you feel like you need to do it, do it. Move yourself. And right now I would like you to connect with your throat chakra. Maybe put a hand on it and feel, is there a little bit of blockage or something that needs to be said, needs to be sung, needs to be expressed. Allow yourself to be as loud as you are. Not just with your voice, with your whole self. Remember that you're here because you are unique. And that uniqueness, that authenticity is what needs to be expressed on earth. And now we're removing all the blocks, all the outdated beliefs about your voice, your creativity, your expression, your own true self. Take a deep breath and release. Shaiti a hete eshinaite. Oro estinai kenete a e utana hashia tekeya. Aineki a uteshina a kirishitai ne ikia. Roone kitai shinehi. Areshikaya no kite yakite shoitine. Rotoke ishaya iwanakite. And Patricia, I would love you to come on and do a transmission as well, whenever you're ready.
Hereroi malakhian ish. Ushtebe antahnamoe. Odea la yeleke unkai mani inu upa. Due me esto un pore be era ruhilai am ia due be ki she alaikanda ye woli bi aha. Gote hemene ro ilibia. A me ne e kodorohi. Me este umloi menu amaya tili undamai undamaya naye endeki ungoi me shumanaya na unde me anare etilu keterero eme shu unde beru kale unda mayene unda
Taina ituiati. Turiashitite tunnekia. Uitahashinu tash. If anyone would like to come and do a transmission, you're welcome. love you to make friends with your own true self, your own authentic being that you are. And feel deeply that essence. And how you can express that essence in the world, in the true, real world. And you might have some insights, some ideas, some creative ideas. And these ideas and insights you will remember after this session. Now I would love you to give some gratitude to who you are. You are exactly the way you are, the way you need to be. Everything that you are is the way that your soul chose. Give a lot of gratitude and love to yourself, to that wonderful light inside of you, that essence. And promise, give yourself a promise that from now on you will choose yourself. You will not betray yourself. You will choose what feels right, always. And now we're closing the door or the portal into your magical place. And we take everything that you felt there, the positive insights, you take with you. And after this session, you will continue that remembering, that transformation, expansion. Your insights will be remembered, understood. We're closing the door, we're coming back to the here and now, slowly, gently, to this present moment. Welcome to your new world of your authentic true self. You can slowly move your hands, your arms. And feel refreshed and new.
Welcome back.
Well,
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you. Everything when I do is impromptu, and I totally forgot. I wanted to do a transmission with you, and I'm like, I forgot to tell her. But it comes in the right moment.
Well, it was, I mean, I came on briefly, but that sound for musicians, I was echoing. Even when I put my own sound for musicians on,
I
I would
didn't
still,
hear any of that. It
you
was
didn't hear the echo?
perfect.
Well, that's good.
No,
That's
it
good.
was
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay. Well, on my end, it was echoing, and I thought, well, that's just going to be
Don't worry about it.
an added bonus because, there are times when I'm listening to frequencies, I will pay. Oh, yeah, Beck heard the echo.
Beck, thank you,
So,
Beck. You
yeah,
heard that? Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's
there are
surround
times
sound.
when I'll listen to frequencies, but I'll listen to more than one frequency. So they're playing off each other. And so I thought, I'm just making my own little thing here, where
Yes,
I have a frequency going and a frequency behind that, and a frequency behind that. So it was okay.
that was beautiful, Patricia. I'm so
Thank you
honored
so
to do
much.
that with you. It's I wanted for Beck to come on. I don't know if she wanted to, so I didn't know how that would work with the microphone. But anyway, that was it. Everything spontaneous with me. So,
Uh, I don't know how it works with Zoom. I don't think I mean, even with you and me, it goes to focuses. And so when you're talking, it focuses on you. When I'm talking, it focuses on me. And so I don't know how it would have worked with three people at one time, but Beck says
yeah,
she's
there's
been
a
painting.
setting. There's a setting. Yeah, no, it would work. Yeah, totally, it would work.
Yeah. We'll do that some other time.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I've been waiting a long time for you to jet go away. My dog says it's time to go out.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I just want to thank you because I waited a long time for you to come back on here. So just gonna, do you have any last words for us before I close it out and stop the recording? How do
Well,
people, I did put on here how people can get in touch with you, and I will put that um, on the YouTube post. I will put how people can get in touch with you. So are you doing sessions for people?
yes. So what I just did, because I am expanding once again, I did my Linktree page, which is on my Facebook page. The link, it's the Linktree site where you
Yeah.
have everything to put together, and there are buttons to book a session with me, and it goes to my Calendly, and I have different options there. There is a link for my YouTube, for our book, Patricia Light Language Anthology book, with the Amazon link. So everything is on that Linktree page. And I have it on my personal page on Facebook. And my Harmonic Waves of Light is my business name that I came up with 2 years ago. It's been that long. So, yes, absolutely. I do private sessions online, I do private sessions here in Red Oak. I do group sessions, whoever wants me to come. There is also a session in Calendly that you can book. And also, I'm doing light language activations. It's a separate session. It's a light language transmission to get you started on your new path or continued path. So, lots of things I can offer. Also, I do commissioned drums, so I paint drums, and I think everyone knows that. So, and this
Well,
is
but there will
my,
be new people watching this YouTube.
yes,
So yeah,
exactly. So, and this is my new creation. It's
nice.
called the Sacred Temple of Vesta. And Vesta is a goddess of home hearth. So commission drums are also a possibility. So
Good.
thank you so
You're
much.
really branching out. I'm so excited.
Yes, a lot of things on my in my Russian speaking world and in my English speaking world. And while what I want to say, the last for someone who is just maybe starting with light language, or it doesn't really matter, like you said, it's just the words. We can call it light language, or we can call it source frequencies. You're starting on your path. um, I invite you to explore yourself, your creativity, and just be brave. And my last word for you, this year I traveled a lot, and I had a dream to sing in a cathedral. I
Yeah.
just wanted to do it. So I did. I stood there, and I have my video. I just stood there, and people were walking around. I transmitted the source frequency, and that was a sacred site, Chartres Cathedral in France. It was a sacred site for thousands of years, and I did that. So I encourage you to be brave. So
I'm so
thank you
excited
so
for you.
much. Thank you so
Are
much.
you interested in going back to France? Because we're going to go
I
on
Yeah, I
uh,
know.
in October.
I know, Karnak.
You can
Yeah.
go back with us.
Well, I'll think about it. Yeah, that's awesome.
All
That's
right.
important.
Well, I just want to thank you, of course, for coming and giving and sharing so graciously with all of us. So, thank all of you for joining me today on Earth Woman Gathering podcast. I truly believe that these conversations matter. And every time that we gather in intentional space, as we did today, we help to create more awareness, more compassion, more remembrance, not only for ourselves, there goes that perception again, but for the collective as well. And because everything that we do vibrates out into the everything. My hope is that something that was shared here with you today sparked a new insight, activated a deeper level of understanding, or maybe simply reminding you that you're not alone on this journey and you're not crazy.
Yes.
So, if this episode resonated with you, I invite you to share it with others who might benefit from these conversations and explorations. I invite you to connect with Elizaveta and get in touch with her and benefit from her wisdom and her experience and all that she has to offer. And for me, you can learn more about me, of course, about my work, my events, my books, sessions, and courses at patriciawalls.com, also .net, and also Earthwoman and Unlocking the Mysteries of Light Language. I mean, if you just Google Patricia Walls, you'll find me. Um, and please share the YouTube channel. And please come back next week. Next week. Next week, we're going to have Guy Brown, the creator of the Medicine for the People Festival,
Oh,
which
yes.
happens next month. It's a camp out for spiritual communities that he does twice a year on the equinoxes as a collective prayer for all. So join me Wednesday. Guy's going to talk about his journey in creating that festival and how you can get involved. And so thank you all so much for joining us. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.
Love you. Thank you.